in the Children's Museum of Louvre Abu Dhabi, which is a very exciting museum for children, but actually not only for children but for adults as well. As far as we know, is the first and only museum where you can get to know actual art pieces from different parts of the world and from different periods of our history. And the concept of the Children's Museum in Abu Dhabi is also super exciting. It's about emotions. Children get to know the different art pieces, and through the art pieces, the different emotions that are sitting on our face. And then with this in mind, they can play different games in the museum. So we were in charge of delivering 4 installations in the Children's Museum, and one of them was this rainbow, which is a key element of the exhibition. It's a key element because it unifies actually 4 different colors. Different colors are related to these emotions, like yellow for joy, green for sadness, blue for fear, and red for anger. So the rainbow is in charge of unifying these 4 colors symbolically, but also by creating a very nice decor element. So this 6-meter tall rainbow that you can see, we had to project on it with 3 projectors. And the main point of the installation was that kids can step on different touch points and trigger animations related to emotions, which are projected onto the surface. We also applied haptic kind of feedback, because when a kid steps on the touch point, there is a sound effect that is coming from the floor. The sound effect related to the emotion, or a music piece which is related to the emotion, that was designed by our sound designer. We had challenges as well, because the natural light coming in the room was definitely a kind of an enemy for the projection, but we bear with it with the white projected icons, as well as imagine kids stepping on these sensors. So we had to think about a children-proof solution in terms of sensors. We actually went back to industrial sensors just to make sure that these sensors are durable enough for a period of 2 years until the museum is open. We arrived here at the Emotion Studio, which was one of the most exciting part of our job in this project. Although music plays an important part in our everyday life, in our business, but we never thought that there are so many aspects of music in relation to emotions. The basic idea that was coming from the team of Louvre was about teaching kids how different music can trigger different emotions and how you can express your feelings through music. The concept of a DJ station was originally coming from Louvre, but we were so grateful that we could ideate with them and come up with different ideas, especially related to user experience. So imagine a DJ desk where you have a turntable and you have different records, vinyls, that you can place onto the turntable. So imagine a desk for anger, for sadness, for joy, and fear, that you can place on the turntable, and it will trigger a surface where you can choose in between many different tracks that are able to convey these emotions. Again, this installation was pretty complex because it had to integrate many systems, starting from a user interface, which is a touchscreen in our case, as well as a sound system, because we're talking about music here, so definitely we had to think about a professional sound system. But there was also a visualization of the sound on the surface, which is projected by a short lens projector. Also, we had to integrate many sensors to make the user experience even better, which are mostly RFID sensors and infrared sensor. So this installation is called the Anger Eater, or Worry Eater as we call it. It works pretty simply. So you just have to draw down or write down your biggest fear or anger, and then you just crumple the paper You put it in the mouth of the monster and it gives that sound effect, eating the trouble, the fear, the anger. So here the biggest challenge for us was that we had to come up with an idea, or actually with a sensor that is able to detect the smallest, the tiniest little piece of dust, because you never know how the kids are going to crumble the paper and throw it in the mouth of the monster. So we really needed to come up with the best solution, and we choose an industrial grade laser sensor that are mostly used on assembly lines and in different industries. So we are arriving at the last installation of the Children's Museum. This is the Tunnel of Emotions, which is on its own a piece of art. If you look at it, it looks like a still picture, but then this tweak inside of it still gives you that feeling of motion, and it interprets the continuous changes of feelings that we're going through all day long. Okay guys, so that was it for today. Hope to meet you all for our next journey, and feel free to like our video if you liked it, or feel free to comment it, or to come to us with any questions. See you soon.